Hello, fellow diamond painters. It's me, DP Crazy Lady. It is 11:08 a.m. I've been up since 6 a.m. It is Wednesday. It is the 23rd of August, and it is 2023. Before I show you what, yes, I am going to diamond paint something again. I'm on my crappy little table because I'm going to do a kit up. There's only 18 colors, so it's, and they may already be in bags, but I don't always like working them in bags, not when the bags are this full. So since I already have this one with numbers on it, I'm going to do like Lazy Retired Granny. I'm just going to leave the numbers on this 30 bottle case. And whenever I have my smaller ones to do, I'm just going to pile them in this. So, before I start that, okay, these are the colors. Look, there's a purple. There's another kind of a grayish purple. It's light different shade, but look at, there's purple, pink. There's like a flesh, stomach, don't start. I had my breakfast. Now, it needs to stop that. Blue, there's a teal, there's a yellow, another shade of blue, a pink, and there's a aqua. So, before, I'll show you here, there are some beautiful colors in this, and it's a round. Isn't this pretty? Isn't this pretty? That is, excuse me, really pretty. That's a pretty green too. Like a blue-green. Okay, I will show you what I'm going to diamond paint. I figure it'll take me right into the first. Hopefully I can finish it on time. There's some color blocking. So, here we go. It's a little wrinkly, but it'll be fine for what I, just want to work on it. It says, I love you to the moon and back. It's rainbowy colors. There are 18 of them. It is a 30 by 40. I suspect, this was one of the charts that were given, gifted to my daughter and I. This is one of the many. And I thought, well, I'll do this. She's never going to get around to them because she never has, she hasn't even gotten around to some of her larger ones. So I figured I'd do this. It may, carry me into the first for our Black and White September. And there's a couple things I want to talk about while I'm doing this. But one of the first thing is when I mention black and white, yes, Becky, I watched your video. And, yeah, I know. For some reason, Diamond Art took the name black and white and put it toward, it's a yin-yang, because there's no G on the end of yin. It's a yin-yang. And it is of two wolves. I do not like it. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I do not like it. The white wolf is almost buried in this yin-yang. And that is not the black and white we are doing. We are doing the original black and white, which is a horse. So, because the horse is black and he's in a field, his head is in a field of ice, snow. So, that is the black and white. Crafting with V, I have to mention you, and I will comment on your video. I just watched that, and oh my gosh, the lettering you did on those books were phenomenal. I mean, they were really, really good. I mean, they're going to just love that. And it is turning out fantastic. I mean, it is great. You know, you don't have to give me credit. Other people, I'm sure, have done lettering and stuff, but I appreciate the shout out. I really do. And you're putting me to shame because you're really good. Real good. Lazy Retired Granny, you finally put a video out. I watched it this morning. I looked all night long for one from you, and it was driving me nuts. So I finally caught, you know, yours and your explanation of your son and them getting in. I guarantee when they got in, they hit the sack. I remember taking my stepmother to Chicago because she needed to renew her visa to go over to Germany. I drove her Cadillac. It was me, my daughter, and her. And I drove 36 hours round trip. I did not sleep. I drove her up there. We left late at night. We got there during the day, around noon or so the next day, whatever it was. And we did an immediate turnaround and came back. And it was awful. But I stayed awake 36 hours, drove there, drove back. I will kid up and talk some more. At about 8:45, 9 o'clock this morning, I went in and went ahead and washed my one wall, the one area there that I wanted to wash. I got it all done. I went to wash the light on the ceiling, and it dropped. Apparently, the screw or the nut bolt, whatever, came loose. I'm gonna get my funnel. Had came loose, and the light, you know, started dangling. Scared the bejesus out of me. So I, you know, had to tighten that back up. And that was me standing on the sink cabinet, you know, and yelling for my daughter to come help me back down. So, so I got that done and dusted the, as a louvered window type thing. It's like a shutter, a louvered shutter. And I didn't realize how dusty that was. It's a good thing I opened the window in there and I started dusting it, and I was choking and breathing in all that crap. I noticed there's a little hitchhiker in here, but you know what? He's going to stay in there until I'm ready to diamond paint with it, and I'll remove him then. I'm not going to fight with him now. And so I finished that. It took me about an hour, because I finished it about after 10. Like I said, it would only take about an hour. Lots of black. So I finished that, and I had already taken my medicine cabinet down and the small shelf I had up there, because I wanted to paint it, not the medicine cabinet. Just, oh shoot, I think that's too much. Uh-oh, and I don't have a tray here. Yikes. Oh, we gotta squeeze it. Oh, that worked. I had to squeeze the opening to this. I didn't realize there was that much in there. Oopsies. Only dropped 2. I am good. So, I took some paint out from under my sink, and oh my goodness, I didn't realize the paint had been sitting there for a year, you know, and it got a little thick, but it worked to paint the shelf. So I painted the shelf. It's in there drying in the kitchen. So that'll go back up tomorrow, because I'm going to make sure it's completely dry before I, you know, screw that back into the wall and put my medicine cabinet up. The hard part of cleaning that bathroom is going to be the other side, by, you know, behind the toilet. And there's a bigger shelf behind the toilet, and I have to empty all that mess out of there. And you know, throw out old medicines and just junk, just whatever stuff is there, and scrub that wall and behind and beside the toilet. The bad thing is I am claustrophobic. Okay, I am very claustrophobic. And the one time I went to scrub behind my toilet, or no, I had put a new ring in the bottom of the toilet, and I was trying to bolt it back down. And there's very little room between either side of the toilet and the wall. And I was down, here's the toilet, and I was down here between it and the wall on the other side, and I got stuck. Well, at least I felt like I got stuck. And I panicked and started yelling for my daughter, and I just totally lost it. And believe me, I was heavier then too, and I felt like, oh my God, you know, my boobs were stuck there, like in my back, everything. I was scared to death, and she got me out of there. It was, you know, that's my claustrophobia. That's why, Becky, when you talk about going into the caves and stuff, they're okay if it's a big, wide open space, but don't put me in a narrow part. They'll have to call, you know, paramedics, everything to get me out. I couldn't handle it. So, the other thing I want to talk about, and I thought was so funny, and I feel so bad for our puppy. The medicine cabinet I have is very small. It's just you know, with a little mirror. Puppy's never seen himself in a mirror. And I had it sitting down here in my room against my bookcase until I could wash it and, you know, put it back up. And he came in here a little bit ago, spotted himself in the mirror, jumped back, then looked again, started to growl bark, and then hauled butt. I mean, hauled butt. He went in where my daughter is on the living room sofa and was cowering. Before I started this video, it took us a good 10-15 minutes to get him to come back in this room. And we moved the mirror, you know, made sure he didn't see it. And he's still now afraid of that. Just one little spot on the floor where he thinks that mirror is, or that other dimension, or that other dog. I mean, like I told her, I said, you know, he doesn't know what he looks like. So he didn't know that was him, you know. But it was, oh, the poor little thing. He just was so scared. I feel so bad for him. So I guess I got to keep mirrors away from him. So I thought that was a little... It was funny, but it's sad, because I don't want him to be freaked out, you know, over something like that. I mean, he's gets freaked out over a lot of things anyway. I don't know why. It's his personality, I guess. I mean, he acts like he's Mr. Big and Brave, and, you know, he barks at stuff and carries on, you know, like he's Mr. Protector, you know, and then as soon as the dog next door, Luna, as soon as she barks, he hauls butt. And she's, you know, behind the window. But if he catches sight of her and he hears her, boom, he's gone. So, I mean, he's terrified of our trash can, for gosh sakes, the one outside. If it's in there, it's at the end of the driveway at the time for the garbage men to come, and he's outside and spots it at the end of the driveway, he freaks out. You know, I don't know why. Just, I guess that's his thing. You know, let's see how often I can freak out and scare mommy, you know, or get a treat and get cuddled. One of the two. Okay, and then finally last night I got my blood work results. All good. Very good. My cholesterol's way under 200. I mean, way. My HDLs, my LDLs are like in the perfect range. My overall glucose is good. It's really good. So, you know, I think the doctor will be happy. I have to make sure these fit. I think she'll be very happy when I see her on the 28th of this month. And one thing I don't understand with doctors. Okay, they say, you know, well, they want me to come in, you know, every 6 months, which is fine. It was 3 months, 4 months, now it's 6 months, I guess. Anyway, they give you an order for blood work, and you're not coming back in for 6 months. Now, if you're not coming back in for 6 months, why go do your blood work like right then and there? The reason why I say that is that think about it. You do your blood work, say, after you leave the doctor's office or within a few days. By the time you come back in, what if things in your blood work have changed, but you don't know it? And then you won't know it till after your 6-month visit. And maybe, God forbid, it's too late, you know, to change your meds or increase them, lower them, whatever it is. I'm sorry, but I wait until about a week to 10 days, about a week before I go for my doctor's appointment, and I go in and have my blood work done. I figure that way when I go in to see her, you know, she can tell me, hey, you know, you're doing really good. We can take you off of this medicine, or you're doing so good, we'll lower this medicine. You know, I don't want to wait 6 months, because if I do it right away, yeah, she's gonna, you know, call me and say, okay, we're gonna do this, this, and this. But she's already seen my blood work from before. So, I don't know. I just feel like it's a better idea for me to do it about a week before I go in. There's going to be too many of these. I can see this right now. Way too much pink to fit in the bottle. So, I don't know. I can't wait for to go into my appointment, and hopefully she tells me, you know, that she's as happy for me as I am for me. So, I mean, the other thing we realized, my daughter and I were both looking at our older thing from 1 year ago, January 4th, because that's when I was first told, you know, that I was diabetic. Her cholesterol, my goodness, was like 300 and something. Mine was close to about 250 to 300. in 6 months, because we looked at our 6 month after that blood work, within 6 months of changing our diet, and that's no takeout, eating healthier, breaking away from sugar, carbs, all the starches, and we still ate, some of that stuff, but everything was in moderation. Within 6 months, all of our blood work was practically normal. Normal. I mean, everything went right to normal in 6 months. And we all lost weight. Lots of weight. I hear my puppy whining. He probably wants to go potty, and my daughter is occupied at the moment. I think he'll be able to control himself. He's already been out 2 or 3 times in the last couple hours. So, but yeah, in 6 months, everything went back to normal. So, don't, lose heart. Don't think that, things can't change, because they can. And, I mean, hey, takeout isn't all what it's cracked up to be anyway. It's some nasty stuff. I'll tell you, since I have broke away from most all my, the only sugar I get now, other than, your fruits, things like that, are going to have some sugar to them. But I mean your refined sugar that you buy at the store, adding into cakes and pies and cookies and everything else. This is the only sugar I still get, is my creamer. But any other sugar, The one thing I found out, Reese Cups were my favorite. Nutter butter, peanut butter cookies, all-time favorite. I go to eat one of those now, just to taste one, and it makes me sick to my stomach, literally. It's awful. And it will give me a headache. It gives you this buzz that you didn't have before. I found that out. So I stay away from the sugar. I try to, not. Sometimes even the smell of it will make me sick to my stomach. And it does the same thing for my daughter, because sugar is like addictive too. It is. And when you first stop sugar, you're going to suffer from a major headache for at least a week or more, because your body is so used to it and craves it. So I stay away from it, except, like I said, from my hazelnut creamer. Oh, and it tastes so good. But that doesn't bother me, because it's not tons of it in there. So, well, I've probably talked to you enough. I don't know. Oh, and by the way, Becky, yeah, you tell your husband to charge it for the rain, because we're going to get some more today. So, do you want me to save it for you? And see if I, if I can, like, kind of coax it over to take a trip on its own, because we're going to get it again today. It's nice out right now. It is 70 degrees. The air quality is good. It's 36, which is fine, but it is it is gray. It looks bright out a little, but it's gray. It's a solid gray sky, like a light gray. I don't see any blue. I don't see any clouds. It's like Like there's one big cloud over the whole area. And there's, yeah, every once in a while, a little breeze. I have my windows open, but they say by about 6 o'clock, and it's 11:33 right now, a.m. They say by about 6 we'll get rain. Now, it may start before that, the way things look out there. You can usually smell, when rain's coming. But I don't know. It may hit us by 6 o'clock, Eastern Standard Time, or it may not. My grass needs mowed, but you know what? I don't care. It's not that high. It's green. It's going to stay right where it is. I'm not mowing it right now. I've got things to do inside that I need to get ready before winter, and I'll deal with the other mess out there later. So, I'm at 26 minutes, trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you. Lazy retired granny, please, have at least one video a day, because you made me worry a little bit. And Hoy Bella, I know you've commented and stuff, and you're probably really, really busy. But if you get a chance, hey, run a 5-minute vid, 2-minute vid going, hi, people, I'm here, or show your kitties. Have a kitty vid. What the heck? We love the kitties. The kittens, the cats running all over the place, knocking your stuff down. Hey, that's what it is. If I had mine back, that's what they'd be doing right now. Or he'd be laying in my lap trying to swat at everything I have. But, let's see. I'm going to be using my small light pad for this. I'm not going to use my great big huge monster. And, I guess I'm about at the end of my little chat. So everything's kitted up. I just have to put, take this all off and put a couple release papers on it. I think I'm going to cut this into, I think I might just do this in half and do this whole bottom half, the bottom half and then the top half, rather than go through, side, because then I would put it in 4s. I may go ahead and just try it in halves, because there's a lot of color blocking, and I don't want to go through the hassle of, 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be half. So, okay, I'm going to get myself in gear here, and like I said, I've already painted. I did my my breakfast dishes. I have nothing else to do in the bathroom right now. I can later clean out the shelves that's above the toilet, clean all them out, so it'll be ready for me to unbolt it from the wall. But I'm going to save that for tomorrow, unbolting that from the wall and doing that, because today is going to be spent putting my medicine cabinet back up, and then waiting till tomorrow when my other shelf dries completely to bolt it back up. So, y'all have a good day. I probably won't be back on here until tomorrow with any updates. And I hope I get to see, some videos today. So, have a good one. Have a happy. And I will chat with you, or I'll babble at you tomorrow. Diamond Painting Crazy Lady, I'm out. Bye-bye.